Welcome back to TXT Track Time. Track is what an exciting weekend. As was in the track world, we have records going left, right, and center. But before we get into it, trackies, please remember to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on your post notifications so that you're aware every single time we drop a new video. Now, trackies, I'm taking things international this time around and going straight to the 60-meter race, the American Championships, and Aleia Hobbs, and that 6.94 that she left on the track. Now, there's some interesting things that I want to speak about before I go into the race. And the first is, the last time when she raced 6.98, one of the things that T and myself had said was, okay, she's now level with the likes of Elaine Thompson here and Shellen Fraser Price as far as what they have produced. Their personal best their personal best is 6.98, right? So we're saying, okay, Aleia is there, so that deserves some amount of attention, but still, we weren't taking it that seriously. But this week, she dropped 6.94, the second fastest time in history. And one of the things that T mentioned in the last video about Aleia that I didn't quite see at the time, but it was crystal clear this time around, was her separating from the field, the distinct separation, somewhere around 40 meters, just how she managed to separate from the field. It made me, and finishing strongly, like she's just getting into her running really. Even in fact, she looked like she had to control herself to slow down. She actually fell at the end of that last race because she was going that fast, the 6.94. So there was so much more to give. It leads me to believe that the 100-meter wall of Shellen Fraser Price, Elaine Thompson here, and Sharika Jackson in no particular order is maybe not as impenetrable as we believe. So now T, take us through the race and what this means as far as the 100 meters goes. Like, what's happening? Is the Jamaican wall going to be maintained? Is Aleia that person to sneak in?
All right, let me put it this way. The race itself speaks for itself. There's not much I can say about it. It was just, as you would say, chef's kiss. It was really beautiful. And I'm happy for Aleia Hobbs, not the United States of America. And it's not because of my Jamaican bias. It's just because she's been given a raw deal, I feel, a lot on the USA side of things. So I'm really happy for her. But now with that said, her race. Oh my God. 6.94. No, that is crazy. As you said, her separation was unreal. But am I surprised? Am I shocked? Um, Now that I've had time to think about it, I don't really think so. Because in that same video that we did last time, I remember saying that last year, Aaliyah, to me, was the number one 60-meter sprinter for the United States. But for whatever reason, she chose not to compete in it as much. And I had, a theory as it relates to Micaiah Briscoe at the time. But with that said, she didn't compete as much. However, if I had her as number one and Makia ran 6.99, where would that have left her last season if she competed in it as much as Micaiah did? So you're following me. So I'm not now that I've had time to digest the actual result and look back at what was done last season. And remember, even when she raced against Micaiah, she was beating her last year. So for me, she was the number one girl. So if by the time indoors came around, that's World Indoors Championships, Micaiah got down to 6.99. So if Aaliyah was doing it, or competing it as much as she was, would she have also taken her time down, to sub 7 seconds as well, right? Remember, she ended with that 7.10.
But
So
that
it looks
being
more like
said,
last
she
week.
competed outdoors and she wasn't that effective. So what's
I
of
wouldn't
this
say I
year?
wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that because I thought last year she had a really, really good breakout year. Because think about it. Who was the number one sprinter for the last season for the United States? Aleia, running 10 point, what was that, 81 seconds? It was her.
It was
So
10.8 something, right? So I'll pull it up.
10.81.
Mm-hmm.
No, I know it's 10.81, but you're saying that she didn't really amount to much, and I'm saying no, yes, she did. She may not have reached into the realms of Shelly or Sharika, but she was definitely there, and she even beat Sharika in one of those races. It was a close finish, don't get me wrong, but she definitely has a win against Sharika in the 100 meters. So for me personally, when I look at the whole 100-meter field and I look at this 6.94 that she did, I start to think to myself, okay, 7.10 to 10.81. But in my mind, I'm like, was it really 7.10, or was it a sub 7 seconds based on where Mikaya ended her indoor season, right? So if I'm saying she's better than last year, but not that much better, because to me she was the number one chick last year anyway, then that 10.81 to me rounds her around to a 10.75 in my mind. No, if we're in the realms of 10.75, it means that yes, she's challenging the Jamaican Big Three. And not only that, she surpassed Dina. Remember, we were talking about Dina being the solid fourth place person that is looking to challenge for a medal because she's the most consistent on the world scene other than our Big Three. No, Aaliyah with this 6.94 is saying to me, especially the mere fact that it looks like she can hold her top end for that much longer, right? Because what I found last season is that she was pretty much always out and leading the race. And then, she crumbled towards the end of the race. So if she can hold her top end for longer, it simply means that she'll be going into the realms of 10.7 seconds to me, right? So if she gets into 10.7s, then that means she bumps off Dina, and she's challenging the Jamaican top three. Not a Shelly that is hopefully consistently still running her 10.6s. If Sherika gets into 10.6s, may not challenge her. Elaine needs to get back into that realm. Elaine didn't have such a great season based on times last season. Her personal best is 10.54. So we're looking for those type of times from Elaine. So if Elaine doesn't get back into the realms of, 10.5s, 10.6s, then yeah, we will see them getting challenged. We will see them getting challenged this season. The reason I'm pointing out Elaine, obviously, is because based on personal bests last season, she was the one that didn't run close to her personal best. So
Mm-hmm.
Shelly was running close to her personal best. Sherika was also running. No, Sherika ran a personal best,
Mm-hmm.
right? So Elaine is the only question mark in my mind right now as it relates to that 10-7 window. I mean, if she gets back into 10.6s, 10.5s, then there's no question about it. But if she stays into that realm, then she can be challenged.
Right.
Don't
Right.
come for me, Jamaica. Elaine is still my chick.
Okay, right. Yeah, and for Alea, it's a long time coming because she's 26 now, formerly of LSU, and I pulled her stats, and interestingly, from in 2017, she was running 10.85. 2018 10.90 was her best, and then we had a COVID year. I'm assuming that probably derailed her progress, and now we see her back to 10.81 last season. And for me, it does look like it's up here. It is just smooth sailing from here for her. And you mentioned her top end. I do believe that there's some improvement there. When she gets to the 60-meter line, she looks like she's just getting into her running. And it's, it's 40 meters from 100 meters. She looks like she has that much more to give. Now, again, 10.81 is a far way away from, 10.54 or the 10.60s of the Shelley and Fraser Prices of the world, or, or even what we know Sharika is capable of, because Sharika is definitely capable of a 10.6 as well. So it's a lot for her to overcome. Persons are still speaking about what's her name, Talu, as possibly still being a contender. We see Kambunji working her tail off, trying to get there. As I mentioned before, Dina is forever in the conversation. Just to name a few of the persons that we can see trying to try to contend for gold, for a place, for a medal place. That's it for gold.
They're contending for gold. They're trying to win.
Oh my gosh, right. Just to contend for some type of medal at the World
Would
Championships this
maybe?
year. So, but like last year, I definitely had Aleia making the top eight of the US contingent. This year, I have her trying to challenge for a medal. So she's definitely moving up as far as
When
I
you
can
say make
tell.
the top 8 of the US contingent, you mean in
No,
the World
like making the
Championship
top
final?
eight to the in the World Championships of the people that the US puts into the World Championships.
You're
I had
saying
her
you
to
had her
be the
making
one.
top 8.
Right. I had her
Okay,
to be the one
I see.
person that would make the top eight. Um, but I never thought she would challenge for a medal. So I'm saying this time around, I see her challenging for a medal, and I mean that's kind of scary because we already have our Jamaican wall as far as the 1, 2, 3, the triple goals, clean sweep. So track is if you have nothing more, track is tell us what you think in the comment section below. Is Aleia Hobbs is she a real threat to the 100-meter wall that Jamaica, the impenetrable wall that we have built up these last few seasons? Can she crack the code? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. I'm Tam.
And I'm T.
We'll catch you in another one.